Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with day 26 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 11. And here is the sketch for today. This is actually the way that it is online, so I'm assuming this is the way it's supposed to be. Although I guess you could turn it any which way. And I'm glad that it is set for this because my picture is a portrait picture. And my background paper is already completed just because I was fiddling around with these Vicky Bouton rainbow watercolors, and I just made this page just to see how they worked, or what they look like and everything, and then splattered each of the colors on here. So the color towards the bottom, that blue, is splattered on that top maroony pink color, and vice versa, and then the green's on that pink and the pink is on the green, and I didn't splatter anything intentionally on that gold color. Then I cut out this circle on my Cricut at 11.5 inches. And then I have a ton of different embellishments, lots and lots of hearts. I am on a mission to get these used up. I created a layout today, which by the time you see this will have been like 2 weeks ago, for Scrap Timber's crop that they had over the weekend. And so I used a bunch of hearts for one of those layouts. So I am down to try and get some more used up. So I've got some Paper Studio, some Park Lane, some Sticko, and then where this says journaling, I'm going to use those little hearts instead. And then I'm going to mat it all on this black because I think that helps these bright colors just pop right off the page. So I have my papers, I have my mixed media, and a ton of embellishments. And I have this sweet picture and this awesome, beautiful sketch. So let's see how this goes. So first things first, I originally debated about cutting the circle out of that striped scrap, or that paper that I created, and then decided I loved the contrast of this bright white on here, and so I created this, or cut the circle out on my Cricut. So I am adhering this. I'm going to stick it down with my ATG first, just so it'll stay a little bit, since it's mixed media and it's shiny. I didn't think that would be enough to really hold it, so I want to use my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and I'm just going to go around the outside of the circle and the edge of the circle to keep that adhered. And I'm just showing you that I had to get a new bottle because I'm pretty much out of my second Nuvo Deluxe. That stuff lasts a long time. I got my first bottle Christmas of 2021, and now I'm just finishing off my second bottle. So that's over a year, guys. That's pretty darn good. So I printed my picture, and it has a white border around it already. And so I am just putting it down on this black matte stack paper and trimming it around where it's got about 1/4 of an inch of a border. And I feel like that's going to help it pop off this bright paper. And then of course the background is going to be black. The very back is going to be black as well, which will bring it all together. It's like I'm just framing it in this. I love these watercolors. They turned out so pretty. And I've been flattening this paper for a couple of days underneath a stack of stuff. So it's pretty good and flat, but it's still got a little warped. But I'm going to use a bunch of double-sided tape to put it down on the black paper in a minute. So instead of journaling like they have on the sketch, I'm going to use some more of my hearts. And since this is on pink, I'm going to put pink all the way up, and then I'm going to do blue and yellow on the way down. And I just alternate between any of the little hearts that I have that are in the pink kind of hues. And I love the way this turns out. Very shiny, and helps bring a little of that color onto the white without really taking away from the stark white contrast with all that color. So now I left all that in. Well, alrighty. So I did pull way more than I needed. I wasn't thinking about the fact that the picture was going to cover a big portion of that circle. So I didn't need as much as I had pulled out, but that's okay. I'm just on a mission to try and use old stash, new stash, all the things. And so I did get quite a few things used up today between this layout and the one that I did for Scrap Timber's crop, which was the weekend of the 10th through the 12th, or the 10th through the 13th. So now I am putting down, I was going to put some gold down here, but I didn't have gold hearts that weren't too really big or three-dimensional, and I didn't want to put that down there. I wanted it to kind of be a gentle, like not, I didn't want the dimension. I just wanted it to be like an easy bridge from the paper to the white circle. So I have this Paper Studio purple gemstone design, and I probably should have put the more intricate one up at the top and the less busy one down at the bottom, but that's okay. I love the way this layout turned out. I think that it is really pretty, and I love all that pop of color. There's not any purple in my streaks of color, but I felt like the purple would stand out better and it wouldn't disappear into the page. So I made that the element up here in the top left area. And then I tried two different things to lay these down, and neither one of them went down the wrong way. I was pretty happy with the way the one at the top laid down. The one at the bottom laid down pretty much exactly how I had it planned out. I did watch my friend Christine from Scrapping Harden, or Christine Harden Scrapbooking, use washi to keep those in line, but I was worried if I did that, the washi might mess up the paper where the ink was, and so I decided that I would go ahead and just brave it. So now what I'm doing, and normally I wouldn't leave all of this in here, but because this is mixed media and you can see the wonkiness on the paper from where the stripes and stuff are, what I did was took double-sided tape, fatter pieces in the corner for more security, and then thinner, I think it's 1/4 of an inch, and I did that from each corner, and then I put a few stripes of it down the middle as well to help it, and it really secured this to the page to where you can barely see any kind of wonk at all. Actually, I'm not sure I see any. So, which makes me super happy, especially with all those little embellishments on there. A bit of wonk and bend might pop those off there. So then I take my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, which is my favorite adhesive. Although I have heard a lot of people talk about the art glitter glue, and it has that little fine point. So maybe something I look into one day, but I really do love the Nuvo Deluxe, and it's never steered me wrong. So I'm just using that to put these little pink Park Lane heart gemstones down, and then I went looking for a title, and after not much deliberation, because as soon as I saw it I was happy with this. I wanted it to be something small or one word, and I know on the sketch it has the title going down the left side of the picture, but I didn't want that, so I decided I would use these Dear Lizzie's and just use the word my, and then put this heart from this thicker set right next to it, because this is my 13-year-old, and this picture was just taken in February, and it's just I think it's the perfect picture of love, because he just loves his mama and his mama loves him right back. And so I pulled out my Tim Holtz and found this phrase on here that says, "No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart," and I thought that was perfect, especially with my title. And so I went ahead and put that down. I looked at it a little longer for some other ones, but really this said it all, and I felt like that was enough. So that is it. I didn't do any splatters other than what's already on here, and I am so happy with how this turned out. I think this is, I keep saying, one of my favorites. That I've made a lot of layouts this month that I'm super happy with. I mean, I like all of them. Some of them were just a little more stressful than others. I'm not saying anything, but it had something to do with triangles. So, but anyway, see, geometry is never my strong suit, but this circle turned out fine. So anywho, so I hope you all will go down and check out the, the the playlist and the description box. I lost my train of thought for a second there. And that is where all of the awesome creatives are. And you can see hours and hours of amazing inspiration. So I hope you'll go check that out. Christy's Beautiful Life on Facebook. I hope you all will come back and see me again real soon. Have a great day and happy scrapping.